Hi everyone, welcome to Algebra 2. This is our little video to go over the student handbook. So the first thing we're going to look at is contact information. You might have heard that we can't use Remind this year. I'm hoping that changes. I basically only use Remind for things usually. So this year we're going to have to use email. I don't necessarily recommend calling me on the school phone number, basically because I don't check it that often. I shouldn't say that, but that's the truth. So I did get a phone number from this app called Burner, so it's a different phone number. It's not my actual phone number. If you're comfortable with that, you can text me. I don't mind. You can call if you have a question during school hours. Probably only call during school hours, but you can text really anytime. I'll get back to you when I can. My materials will be posted on Google Classroom. Grades will be kept in Schoology. So that is two places to check. But I find that more teachers use Google Classroom, so I switched to that for assignments. And then for the grades, I really do like the Schoology gradebook better. I think it's a little more organized. When we get there, I'm staying after on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Obviously, that doesn't apply right now. For office hours, on Mondays and Fridays, during both lunch periods, I will have a Google Meet by appointment only. So if you email me, text me and say, hey, Mrs. Sauer, I need help. Could you go on the Google Meet at 11? I'll take that time slot for you and we can meet during those times. On Wednesdays, I will have the Google Meet on from 9 to 10 and from 1 to 2. So either of those times, you can just come on. You don't even need to tell me if you have a question or you just want to talk about something. On Wednesdays, we're supposed to have office hours kind of all day. So if that time doesn't work for you, another teacher, you're going to meet with another teacher during that time. You can ask to meet me at a different time. That's totally fine. I'm not going to read over all the units, but you'll see that these are the 12 units we're going to do this year. So we'll get right into Unit 1 by the end of this first week, and then we'll work through them. And you're going to have a copy of the syllabus attached as well, so you can look over the stuff in more detail if you would like. So this says, this year the only constant is change. After looking over my syllabus from last year, I realized that online rules recommendations are more important at this time than traditional classroom rules. So to be a successful student in this class, these are basically the things you want to do. Come to all Google Meets, be an active learner, using the videos. So I'll be making videos of all new content. There'll also be Delta Math videos. So you can go on Delta Math and basically he'll also have videos of each of our topics. We're going to be using Delta Math heavily this year just because it's kind of the best way to get that feedback if you're doing things right. Also, Delta Math gives examples. So you'll have pretty much 3 different ways to understand something, which is really best when you don't have a teacher with you all the time. Your classmates, I'm going to set up discussion boards where you could post a question, which would be really helpful. Maybe your classmates answer more quickly than I do. Lastly, if you want to use online resources, that's great. There's a lot of great stuff out there. Just be careful. If you find yourself getting more confused, maybe that website is using a different method than I do, and knowing the 2 methods might be more tricky for you. So just be aware. It's a good resource, but make sure it makes sense. Lastly, my help at, texting, Google Meets, whatever it is, you can always ask me for help. So these are things that you want to be actively doing to make sure you're learning. How to ask a question, a little different online. You can ask a general question about a problem, like how do I do something, on email. You can also send me a picture of anything, take a picture of the work, it's just not working out right. You can ask another student on that discussion board, or you can ask it at Google Meet. So those are all different things. You have a bunch of ways to ask questions, and you want to ask them as soon as you can. You should also be respectful, right? Keep yourself on mute unless you have a question or during a conversation. Don't write anything derogatory. I'm sure you won't have any problems with that. Turn on your camera if you feel comfortable. I know that when my camera's off, maybe I get a little distracted. I might see something more interesting to look at. Like, the camera kind of keeps you accountable. I'm not going to require it, but I do think it's kind of a good idea. Also, come to the Google Meets with a positive attitude. For us, bright and early at 7:45. I know some of you have not woken up that early in quite a while, But this year, unlike the last spring, I would only do my Google Meets at 10 or later, but we have to do our Google Meets at our scheduled class time, which is first period. You need to, lastly, finish your work on time if you can. The only real reason you shouldn't have your work done is you tried it and you didn't understand it, and then you should have a question for me, and maybe that means you finished the work a little late, but you know that you have a question, you ask it, and then you can get there. Lastly, and this is kind of run through everything, keep the communication going. I can't tell you how important it is that you're asking as many questions as you can, because I can't read your faces the way I usually would. Usually I can tell when people have a question and I'll come over and help them. I can't see your work, like what you're writing down, so it kind of has to come more from you than it usually does when you're having trouble with something. I'm not going to read through all my in-person rules because we're not in person, but if you want to look at the syllabus, you can see those. So we're trying to keep this video somewhat short. Supplies, you're at home, you need something to write with when you do math. Even if it's on Delta Math, you should be like doing some work on a piece of paper. We do have packets you're going to get for the lessons that you'll watch in our videos, but there will be some that you do on your own and you'll just have to write stuff down. I would just keep a folder or something, or a small binder for your packets and all that good stuff. You don't need a 3-ring binder. However you want to organize it is fine, especially since you're home. Lastly, a TI-84 graphing calculator is super helpful. We are in the unfortunate situation where we don't have enough calculators to lend out to all of the people that are at home. So at this point, I don't know if the school is lending them out. We used to. I'll find out more about this. There are a lot of great online calculators, so if you don't have a TI-84, you're trying to find something, I'm going to give some recommendations when we get to stuff like that in videos. Just a side note, myself and Ms. Morrow will both be making videos for all of the Algebra 2 students. She's the other Algebra 2 teacher. We do everything pretty much together, kind of helps us be better teachers because we can split up the workload and then focus more on helping you guys individually with the extra time. Grading, usually I have like percentages for different things, but because of our weird situation, I'm just doing total points. So every assignment you have, and the test will be 10 points, 20 points, whatever it says, add them all up, and your grade is how many points you get out of the total possible points. This section, and it's funny, we have this list of things we have to include in our syllabus, and this one's homework. So I wrote pretty much everything is homework, right? You're at home for everything you're doing. So in this section, I just decided to include the syllabus, or I'm not the syllabus, I'm sorry, the order of how we're going to do things. So it says at this point on your 2 asynchronous days, Tuesday and Friday, so basically you're going to be on your own Tuesdays and Fridays with an assignment. You'll be doing a Delta Math assignment that is due by the next synchronous day, Monday or Thursday. So your Tuesday assignment will be due Thursday, your Friday assignment will be due on Monday. This assignment will involve watching videos to learn new material and doing related Delta Math questions. You will also have to have a form to fill out for attendance. So we are required to take some sort of attendance every day, so you'll just have a Google form. On your synchronous days, on your Google Meet days, we will do a practice assignment and I will answer questions about the last asynchronous lesson. So let's say it's a Tuesday, you do your video, okay, on Tuesday you have it ready by Thursday and you did the questions, that assignment. Well, I'll answer any questions you had and then we'll do like a short practice together where I might go over stuff, I might just let you guys work on it, and then you can write in the comments if you have questions, you can send me a picture of something, you can share your screen, we'll figure it out as we go along. It's kind of like, think of like a lab where you just do practice. The last day, on the office hours day, which is Wednesday, you will have a short review assignment. And when I say short, I mean really short, okay? Like 3 to 5 questions maybe. The thing is you have to get that, it's gonna be your attendance, you have to get that assignment done before 2:15. So we're keeping it super short because we understand that if 8 teachers gave you a super short assignment, you couldn't handle having a long assignment you had to have done that day. So it's just something really quick, kind of like an attendance, remember a couple things from the unit. This plan will deviate at times at the end of the unit for review and test as needed. When we go hybrid, this schedule will be very similar, except we will do the practice assignments together in class. So when we go hybrid, hopefully if we go hybrid, I'll still have those videos that you'll do on your own, and then we'll come into class and it'll be more practice and like fixing things, asking questions, and that type of setup. Okay, sorry, scrolling issues. Tests, you'll have attended at the end of test at the end of each unit or major topic. We will review the day before, and you will have the entire class period to complete the exam. The way our tests look will change through the year based on what type of model we are following. They may be on Delta Math. Pretty much if we're going to be home, they'll be on Delta Math. And basically, if you have a test on Delta Math, I know how to set them up so you can't see videos, you can't see examples, you only get one question to try. So it'll just be like a regular assignment. You'll know it's coming because I'll have a similar review. It's just you won't be able to like do multiple questions to get full credit. Lastly, if you miss a day of school, they're very big on taking attendance every day. I don't know, it seems to be a focus of whatever they want us to do. So this says, what is school anyway? The answer to that question will change many times this year. This year will be very assignment-based. You should make every effort to be at Google Meets, classes during hybrid learning when we get there. It will really help your understanding of the material, especially since we have so little face-to-face time together. In addition, I will be taking attendance every day as we went over with those forms, with that little practice assignment, and with attendance at Google Meets, depending on the type of day. Still, your grade will be based on completion of assignments and grades on tests. The consequences for repeated absences are outlined on the district website. So if you're not doing whatever it is to take, to get your attendance for that day, it's not necessarily part of your grade for me, unless, you missed an assignment and that was how I was taking attendance. Then obviously it would hurt your grade. But if you're not getting these attendance things in, then we have to call home, we have to tell the social workers, we have to get the principal involved. There's like this whole procedure that's on the school website that we have to go through. So we're trying to keep attendance easy, be it a Google Meet, fill out a Google form, like really simple stuff. So just make sure you're doing it. It'll just keep everybody's life easier. So I'm excited to get into the normal learning. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any concerns? Today you also have a survey to fill out. Maybe you did that first, or maybe you're going to do it second. But that's just a way for me to start to learn a little bit about you, how you are as a learner, and just get to know each other, even though we can't really be together at this time. Okay, so have a great day. I look forward to seeing you guys. We have our first Google Meet tomorrow. Okay. So we'll see each other there.